Hello, friends. This video topic just sort of happened randomly a few minutes ago. I was just reading about some motorcycling techniques and just things about motorbikes. It's one of my interests, so in my free time, I do read about it a lot. But while reading, I just came across some users who were also mentioning about some sort of problem that they were facing with the Suzuki bikes, and that was one of the reasons why they were like, "This is not a good bike," or "This has a problem," especially in Gixxer or maybe GS 150. So for me, I was a little bit shocked to read that because sort of this the threads went on forever, and I mean this is not a reason for classifying a bike as a not a good bike. So anyways, I'll just talk about this problem. What was the discussion was that these bikes, they vibrate a lot. Okay, first of all, it's uh, vibration is an inherent thing. Something like an engine which is moving and working and all, there will be some vibration. If you I mean, it's impossible that you have a bike without vibration, or where you don't feel vibration on the foot pegs. Or but anyways, so let's not go too much into that. uh, One of the users, she mentioned that the bike itself vibrates very violently around some 3000 rpm, 4000 rpm. So that is true because I've also had this bike for over 2 years. So in the beginning, for me, it was sort of like a. For me also, it was a concern. I would always think that it was something to do with maybe the foot peg, which is maybe the foot peg is loose or just coming off, or some nuts or bolt somewhere is loose. Because for me, it was the first time experiencing something like that. But anyways, the thing is, any motorbike, this is like it's an engine. So when the engine runs, when the piston moves, there will be some kind of vibration which will go along. And now the whole thing is just mounted on a frame. So these vibrations will not just vanish into air. They will get transmitted to the other components of the bike. And fortunately or unfortunately, the foot pegs, I mean, everything is just mounted on this frame, the handlebars. So it will get sort of uh, distributed along the frame, so you will feel vibrations. And this one, out of my experience, this would vibrate a little bit around 3400, 3500, 3600 rpm. And which is, I mean, it is I don't know how I can explain this, but any engine will have a critical RPM where it will vibrate. Critical being not like it's gonna explode or something. It's just that it's an inherent thing. It will vibrate, and it's just something which you can avoid totally at the design stage, so to speak. When you're designing the engine, you sort of try to keep that critical RPM in a range which will not interfere with the normal running range. So for me, uh, the normal running RPM for this bike would be maybe 5000 RPM or 6000 RPM or 4500 RPM, depending on what kind of style suits you. But it is impossible to get the vibration or critical vibration out of a engine. But anyways, long story short, so my experience was this bike would vibrate a little bit, not bike, just you would feel a little bit more vibration towards 3400 to 3600 rpm. Now, and that you would feel more, maybe that's psychological, but I would feel it more on the right foot peg compared to the left one. So for me, I would always just stop the bike and just look if there's something vibrating, or which I could feel that if it's like coming off loose. But there was nothing like that. And then eventually I just figured out that okay, this was something to do with the engine vibration, the critical vibration range. So what I've done to dampen that, you can never get rid of the vibration, you can only do some things to dampen it. So what I've done here is, okay, let me focus on this. Okay, so this part, okay, a little bit zoom out. This is the silencer, which is supported here by this nut and bolt. So what I've done here is, I've just, it's been already over 2 years, so you see the rubber is actually coming off now. This is just a small rubber washer which I have attached here between. So you have to remove this nut, remove this bolt, which is like a, okay, it's a bolt, so it's like that. And then while doing this, as a safety, what you can do is just put some kind of support here, so it doesn't, like, hang down, because the silencer, just out of safety, nothing's gonna happen for 10-15 minutes, but maybe just like support the silencer by some kind of maybe wood or something here, so the weight is not, like, suspended. Anyways, so what I did was, and the tools for this is supplied in the basic tools, so you don't have to go buy, look, or look for a new pair of new spare parts, new spanners or something like that. It is all part of the equipment which comes along as a with a toolkit. Anyways, so I just removed this, put this washer here, and that was it. After that, the vibrations were dampened. I mean, right now, unless I am looking at the RPM meter, unless I'm looking at that and I really see the needle crossing over between 3400 and 3500, I really don't feel any vibrations. It is also psychological, you get used to it, but this is without the washer, without the rubber washer, it's metal to metal, so that really pronounces the vibration, and you would feel it. I mean, for me, I felt it closer to the right foot peg as well, but with this, it dampens it out. Okay, right now you see this needs actually some work, and probably I need to replace this. This is just a small rubber washer. I don't even know the price of it, but maybe you can get it for 5 rupees, which is, I don't know, maybe it's like 2 cents, 2 US cents, I don't know. It's just a small thing. But anyways, so this is what I've done, and after that, this was addressed. So while reading about this in the forum where they talked about a lot of things with the motorbike, it's just a very small solution to this. And if you also go around looking at other motorbikes, they are some of them, the design of the nut and bolt here, some of them have it inherently. They already come with a rubber washer which sort of dampens it. So it was just a matter of doing this, and that was it. So I mean, this could not be a reason for classifying a bike a good bike or a bad bike, because to be honest, and from my experience, these are all like Japanese motorbikes, Suzuki, Honda and all, and they come with a very high level of refinement. Not saying that Hero doesn't. Hero, which is our Indian brand, just saying that, like, from a normal user, unless you're on this high capacity bikes, these are just 150, 200, 300 cc motorbikes. These are like learners bikes. So you really start talking about the refinement and vibration and all, and when you're into the 650, 800 and liter class bikes. These are the small bikes, and talking about whether a bike is good or bad based on what vibration. I mean, I think it was just very misleading. So I thought I'll just and explaining all this over text is just so difficult. So I'll just maybe record this, post it, and share it in that forum, and hopefully people will change their mind a bit. But anyways, it's just a very small solution to, which is not even a problem actually. So not solution, just sharing all this. So safe ride and have a nice day.